people. Bless those four unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Most are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons factories and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Where has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of as it has been for 5 years under my presidency is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. Are in a true sense joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas. The second largest. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks, bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my two terms, and first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash, took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had, flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. And they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. Would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional that would reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce this range possible, and they had some weapons all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. Big Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job, every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill baby drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And #2, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit. They've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. Change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet, if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers, the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very, very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest president ever. Just got through talking about the Iran war. I kept saying that though anyway. I kept telling, some people that, I was like, this war is not gonna last that long. But we almost done with it. And they've been around here complaining about gas prices going up and said, look, it's just temporary. You want to save some money, don't let your gas hand get under half. Top it off from half. When you get the half, top it off. You use less money. But we can get through this. But yeah, we're kicking Iran ass. Something that should have been done a long time ago. Some folks been messing with us and attacking with us ever since 1979. I think if I'm not mistaken, under the Biden administration, I think they attacked us like 80 times, 83 times, and we only retaliated back 4. So that's wild. That's insane. But I'm glad we on their tail now. And I see everything that Trump is doing, the important things that he's doing, putting us back on top, number one, dominant country, like it's supposed to be. So I appreciate him doing that so far. I'm getting everything that I voted for him for, and some more. But some of the things I wouldn't expect it at first. Um, as things went along, what some of the main things I'm getting everything that I voted for him for. If he can run again, I vote for him again. Don't really want him to leave office. I want him to stay. So, but I thank everybody for stopping by. Shout out to Choice Decker. Appreciate you stopping by. She said Iran started war on America. Yep, 1979 when they attacked the U.S. embassy. And I remember I mean, when I was young, they had what they do, they had it on camera how they was blindfolding the Americans and everything, the hostages and stuff like that. They've been messing with us ever since. Them folks do not like us. They stay screaming death to America and all that right there. Um, and I hope we get a lot of these, if it is some more sleeper cells. I hope we get a lot of more of them out the way too. There's no telling, what all came through that border during those 4 years. The border wide open. That's why it's important, man, for us to get out here 2026 and vote. Like this 2026 is I feel like this is like the game right before the Super Bowl. You win or go home. Because we cannot let these crazy folks take back power, take back, no kind of control in any kind of way whatsoever. And the ones that's still out here talking crap about Trump and talking crap about the man and stuff like that, all I can do is just still try to get things over to them so they can open up their eyes. But the ones that don't want to open up their eyes can't make them. I do, pray for them, and keep going. As long as we do our job. I deport every illegal. Yes, deport every last illegal. To be honest, the violent ones, most definitely. Even the non-violence. Um, I worked with a guy at work from Honduras. He came over here the right way. He said, man, when he got through with everything and the paperwork, it took him years to become a citizen for him to come over. He was like, he was out of $20-some thousand. Didn't know it cost that much or whatever. I guess whatever you coming from. But even he said, he's like he was against the border being wide open like it was. Because he said he felt like that you just like he went through everything he was supposed to actually go through to come here to come here legally. Versus you just got the border open, just letting in and everybody in. And you're giving them government, dollars, which is, AKA taxpayer dollars. Start businesses and housing them and stamps and money every month on the card. There a couple of states they was doing, credit cards or something, putting money on there. I'm talking about like a couple $1,000 or so. Housing them in nice hotels and everything. But meanwhile, we got veterans out here on the street homeless. Where's their housing? If you broke the law to come in, why would you follow the law once you're in? Well, yeah, that is a good way to look at it. That's true. Yeah, you're right. If they broke the law to come up in here, what makes you think that they're gonna abide by the law? Especially them real violent ones. They're ones that don't value life, period. They don't value life at all. A lot of them don't value life at all. Some of them, some of them don't even like us, as Americans. They all try to play like, a lot of them try to play like, they don't speak English, don't understand English and stuff like that. Me personally, I won't go nowhere where I don't know what they're talking about or what they're saying. Because you got people from other countries been over here for what, 20 years, 30 years, a little over 30 years, and you still don't know how to speak English or understand English. That means to me, you didn't even try to learn our our language, our culture. Just came over here to do what you wanted to do and use because a lot of them, had been they're sending money back home and stuff like that, to their families and stuff like that back home. Just came over here to use the United States. That's how I feel about it. If you come in over here illegally and it's illegal, like the day they had the Supreme Court arguments about the birthright citizenship, which I agree with Trump. It need to be gone away. It was intended for the children of slaves. Not you just walked in over here and because someone came over here already pregnant and then they end up having a baby over here on US soil, or they came over here and had the baby, and just had a baby. Oh, okay. Well, you had a baby on US soil and y'all legal too, the baby legal too. No, that ain't how they work. And they have been letting them use that birthright citizenship for the longest to get away with it. Justice Roberts is bought off. Yeah. Him and we know, what's the one that Biden put in there, Katanja. I forgot how long you said now, Katanja Brown or whatever. That woman, I don't know who has the biggest word salad and who's the biggest dumbest box of rocks between her and Kamala. I think they can go tit for tat, but I mean, it just tripped me out when they asked her what's the definition of a woman. She said she didn't know. I'm talking about like she was playing dumb about it. She didn't know. Really? What you on the U.S. Justice Supreme Court? The hell, that mean, hell, I could have had the job. I could have got the seat then. You don't know what a woman is. Well, yeah, she got humiliated today though, because a lot of stuff that she was saying, it didn't make any sense at all. It didn't make any sense at all. It didn't make any sense at all. I see my Trump picture. It's so real clear on the screen. I had that painted, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I had that painting behind me with Trump with the line. I actually had that painted. I got another Trump picture that I had painted. It's in the front room on the wall. I got him sitting in the chair of the Game of Thrones chair. I don't know, you familiar with the TV show Game of Thrones, the chair that they were sitting in, they had the swords around it coming out of it. I got Trump sitting in the Game of Thrones chair. That's the painting on the wall in the front room I had made. Uncle Clarence is the best. Yeah, anchor babies, and they go right on welfare, see it all. Yep, in Arizona while we work. Ooh, 2 jobs to feed our kids and birthright citizenship immediately. Yep, sure do. And the thing is, and the messed up part about that is when they was giving them all the welfare stuff and government stuff, it's like up under the Biden administration, they just really showed their hand of what they was doing. But that been going on for decades. That's been going on a long time. More likely ever since, I was little. It's been going on a long time, but they really just showed their hand and played their hand like they did. Cartier Katie gotta go. Yeah. Yep. She gotta go too. This is a good question right here though. I got Arizona vote for Andy Reid for governor. Let's just say that they do. I know they've been coming out with evidence about the 2020 election. If they can overturn it, couldn't everything that Biden put in place can be undone? If so, then that means what? The lady he put in the U.S. Supreme Justice, the U.S. Supreme Court, Katanja Brown, that means she got to go too then, right? Especially if he signed stuff with that auto pen thing. If they found out that he signed a lot of it, like he signed everything with auto pen, If that's the case, you more likely signed her in with auto pen too. And they overturn it and stuff like that. I mean, everything that I'm thinking everything that he put in place can be undone. Even all those judges that he put in them spots and stuff before he left. I think he did like what 235 over 200 judges. Okay, yeah, 200. Yeah, well, I knew it was like two something because Obama did like 320 something, 320 something. Um, Clinton did some too, and Bush son he did some too. And it's like it was real tactical about it over the years, putting all these judges in these places because that's the main problem. That's why it's kind of hard for at times for Pam Bunny to get some things done because of these judges. Now with Hobbs as governor, she's a woke progressive Democrat. Her first action was to open our borders wide open. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, Hobbs. She was the one that what cheated. Yeah, she was the one that cheated against Carrie Lake, right? When they ran against each other. Sorry about that. But yeah, I remember her. Kate Hobbs. Yeah. Okay. So I was right. Okay. Yeah. She was the one that I think they tried to go back and look at the votes with that. It was so much went on back then. I was like, oh. And then I noticed when Trump was in there that first time, Trump never been a politician. And I hate he had to go through what he had to go through his first term. Cause I mean I guess he had to learn, he had to learn the politician game because he had a lot of people around him that he thought was helping him out, giving him good advice, friends wise, and found out he was surrounded by a bunch of snakes. Then they read the Senate race for that traitors gig. Oh yeah, man, I forgot about that one. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Sure did. How's it legal to oversee an election you're running in? Yeah, yeah. You overseeing it, and you don't want to run it in it, but you overseeing it at the same time. Yeah, that Katie lady, boy, she was something else. I hate that had happened to Carrie Lake. I hated that had happened to Carrie Lake. Well, I was and I don't even live in Arizona. I wanted her to win because a lot of stuff, she was on point with a lot of stuff when I used to hear her talk. But yeah, I ain't know his lie tonight that was gonna be that fast. I thought he was gonna mention the birthright citizenship thing too. So hope the Supreme Court, do the right thing on it. Um, for as for as ICE being at the polls, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you can't get if they stalling with the Save America Act, I'm all for it. Over Lake also. 3 weeks. So that's why they trying to, yeah. So they supposed to be what trying to put it to whereas you're supposed to know who won what race and in the same election day, right? Instead of it going over. Like that's how it's supposed to be, that they're trying to do. If so, I mean that is a good idea. I did read something about saw something about that. I think what was it a couple of days ago. So yeah. I also saw something about. I was gonna do a video on it. Saw something about it. Said all of a sudden 37 Republicans is not. All of a sudden they want to announce that they're not running for re-election. I'm like 37 of them just like that. There's a lot of snakes then over there. It's like on both sides and people in Trump's own party. they trying to really sabotage this man. But when I look at him and I see Trump, I can tell, he's tired, kind of exhausted at times, but I can tell he's not, he don't look like he be worried about anything, because he gonna have a plan B. He gonna have something. If this don't work, oh, I got this right here coming. I ain't gonna lie, he be surprising me every time. They didn't ask anyone for ID during the presidential election in Palmer County. So they must have for that ID thing. So they must have the same law then that's out there in California. A lot of people just now really talking about it and finding that out about in California. I kind of knew that for a few years. California actually has a law. They cannot ask people for their ID when they go vote. Like the poll workers, if the poll workers ask them for ID, they can get arrested. And I was like, they actually put a law in for that. I said, dog, that's how California always been winning. But you do have some people that's against Gavin Newsom and stuff like that out there. But if you got all these illegals out there and they just voting like that, and it's a bunch of them out there in California, kind of hard to win someone, but it looks like he finna lose his seat. And from what I last saw, it kind of looks like that a Republican might end up being the governor out there this time. No, they just did what they want, ignored the laws. Oh, okay. So they don't have it actually in law like California do. Because California got it in the law, but they it was some kind of law or pause or whatever that they passed. Because I think Stephen A. Smith was talking about it. He was like, oh, he didn't know that. I'm like, what you talking about? You finna trying to run for president and you didn't know that much? You need to stay. You need to stay over there, over there in sports. But yeah, it's ridiculous out there in California. But here in Memphis, they ask for ID. Yeah, they ask for ID. What that Save Act, that right, if that can get passed, that will put the nail in the Democrats' coffin. Because these folks got so proof of citizenship and stuff like that. And even if it don't, if they still stalling with it, Trump already said, I'm sending ICE to the polls. And they argued about that. They don't want ICE there. They're gonna be there to intimidate people, for them to vote. You're gonna intimidate me because I know you ain't there for me. If you want to see my brother see me, I bring it. But they not there for me. So a whole lot of them illegals, they're not gonna even show up. If they know ICE there. If they know ICE there, they ain't gonna show up. They did a good job, helping out at the airport with TSA and stuff. And I think that was a genius move. Oh hell, you can catch them in and catch them trying to come in, or catch them trying to go out. They illegals. So I think that was a good move though on here. Genius move, another genius move on Trump when he pulled that one. So I thank y'all for stopping by. Like I said, I thought he was gonna talk a little longer than this, but it's all good. I like to hear him talk anyway. And I thank y'all for stopping by. And I really appreciate Mr. Ben for, for sending y'all over, and to my channel, help supporting my channel. I be watching his lives every morning when I be at work on the truck. I gotta be at work at 4 a.m. in the morning. I make sure I have my phone already set for when he go live at 6:30 in the morning. I watch him every morning. And I can try to catch him in the evening time too. Before I fall asleep. I had to get up real early. I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, you have a blessed evening too, Timothy. Ms. George, thank you for stopping by too. For the ones that is watching, if you have subscribe to the channel. Memphis Conservative. Share this video. Peace.